there's a nice open house feel to this. I mean,
Yeah, good. It's quite busy today. Well, yesterday I think with the weather it maybe was a bit, not as many people as they'd hoped. But
sure, not to mention the events of last
we
night.
was all concerned, for the right reason. My girlfriend was actually caught up in that last night. She was on Bishopsgate. Yeah, she's fine. She was at a wedding reception. Someone that she works with, sort of all colleagues, just at the kind of northern or southern end, of Bishopsgate. But they're all fine. All perfectly fine. But wanting to get home and not being able to get cabs and locked in and then arriving back a bit hysterical 2 in the morning. It was all a bit of a shock.
Can we broadcast that? Just as
if you can.
Cheers, thank you. We'll be honoured. We go on tonight about 11 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah.
So Ben, we're looking at an array of abstract work that you actually carve into. I thought a bit about when I saw this. Yeah. And you're the son of a carpenter.
I am. Son of a carpenter, which I put myself through uni some 16 years ago at Hertfordshire, and at the same time worked in the carpentry business. So my earliest memories of painting were flicking paint onto wood in the workshop. And playing around with tools I perhaps shouldn't have been at the time. So it's naturally just over the years the wood's crept back into my my way of working. So I've kind of switched. I do paint on canvases from time to time, but my preferred method of wood panels, creating my own wood panels and taking tools and carving compositions afterwards. So whether it be block cutters, chisels, on occasions power tools such as angle grinders, as you can see on some of the larger works.
It's incredibly subtle work going on there. There's embossed calligraphy.
Yeah, this is engraved. This is William Blake, the poet and artist that has played quite a big part in my life with his imagery of a lot. Obviously, you see some of the misspent youth, some of my tattoos are Blake tattoos, or inspired by him. And this is a poem called London by him that I wanted to incorporate.
That great dystopian.
Exactly. So taking someone's view at the time and the language that was used, and then splicing it with what was gathered imagery. So
sort of dirty pavement stencil thing.
Absolutely. So these are gathered flyer posters and advertisements at that particular point in time. I wanted to stick with it. This originally was going to be black and white exclusively because of the olden theme that was going on. It's called Urban Tales, but I couldn't marry the two worlds together, the old and the new, so I started to introduce some colour, to layer some, as you can see, some graffiti and some olden topography and text, and all of a sudden it started to pull together. So
it's almost like a static animation somehow, isn't it? It just draws you in the more you look into it.
Well, that's the idea as well. I mean, obviously a lot of my themes are based around city life and the metropolis and the chaos and harmony and the melting pot of what we all experience in any city, but particularly London. And the idea of putting the lines through, and it is a bit of a symbolism and playing on that theme, but that it also kind of gives you little paintings and frames within each work. So hopefully, particularly this here, each time you go back to these, hopefully you start to see new relationships, how one section's relating to another, and hopefully you never get bored of it. One would hope.
I think not. So you see beauty in urban decay from the looks of it, or just the layering of things.
Completely.
Have you always felt that way?
Yeah, I think so. From an earlier, some of my earliest memories are picking up paint and flicking it like anyone would onto posters and tearing up magazines and making collages, and I think my work has progressed from there really. Working in London and seeing different fly posters, stickers, all juxtaposed together, it's fascinating. Not seeing them as an individual piece, but on the wall as an entire work. And it's always held a fascination. Whenever I can, I've taken pieces and then, run off and put them up my jumper and sort of stored them and kept them. And
architectural salvage kind of thing.
And it is. And by doing that, whatever you've gathered at that particular time is a little time, capsule. Festivals, events, elections, and then I marry them and repurpose them and recycle them together. And as you can see, quite a big part of my studio is gathered posters and boxes and boxes of cut-ins, which are all hidden here under the table.
Well, and having just moved in here, you're starting as you're going to go on. Are you reacting to Thursday's election, and perhaps even to the weekend's election?
Potentially, yes. I think more so what we've seen, unfortunately, last night and over the last few weeks. I think that has to creep into my work somehow, because it's what we're experiencing in the city. How, I'm not quite so sure yet, but certainly there's been a few mock-up posters of May.
There has, isn't it?
the different leaders and
Yes.
some campaigns that are being run, and they're 100% coming into some of the works over the next few weeks, that's for sure, once I'm settled in.
There's a terrific energy about this work. I have to say, if you think you don't get abstract poetry, just come and have a look at this. It will draw you when I gather it. Do you have a website then?
I do, yeah. It's benjaminphillips.london.
Pleasure to meet you, Ben. We'll be back. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Cheers.
Thanks ever so
Thank
much.
you very
Cheers.
much. Marvellous stuff.
We love Wandsworth. Wandsworth Radio.
Benjamin Phillips there. Before that, Father John Constantinides, stroke Constantine, from Greece via Oregon and Australia. Extraordinary story, an amazing range of work as well, from the surrealist to the, I suppose, post-Van Gogh is the best way I can describe it. It's hard to put painting on radio, but aren't these artists eloquent and very open-hearted explainers and sort of invokers, I suppose, of the work and the exploration of the work that happens at Berrigan Open Studio. They're right across London at various times. Wimbledon does a fantastic one, and I think it'll be coming up in just a wee while. Check Artswatch for details of that, and also Wandsworth tonight, possibly the gym as well, who knows. But this was Euroart up in distant Tottenham, top of the Vicky line there, and I went there at the delighted to say the invitation and behest of Tessa and Lawrence, our regular art correspondents, who are very often down here in Putney, but when they do the studio work, they're very often up there. It's a collective of artists over three sections of an industrial lot that was put up by artists themselves in about 3 months, when they had to get out of another area, sort of a working space further up in Tottenham at quite short notice due to property acquisition. They've held fast. It's very much like an industrial lot, but divided into sort of small practitioner areas. It's a buzz 24/7 with an extraordinary array of work. It's an arts factory in the very best sense of the word, which I suppose in a small way is what we try to be here